Greetings, programs! How was everyone this evening? Outpost number 2. We are back in Tunnet. So, last time, I rebound the keys so I can hit tab to open the map. And then I had to figure out how in the world to move the map around. Okay, so last night was Pal World. I'm actually really happy with the progress we made in Pal World yesterday. Having a good time in that. Not a lot in the way of news otherwise. We've finally got most of our business taken care of with the model. We've got the new emotes in. They're already in for members. Announced and showed them off yesterday, but they are here. So that's all cool. So at least for the moment, things are starting to calm down. Which also means tomorrow, probably back on game dev. That'll be fun. For tonight, though, Tunnet. So this game we've been playing for the past 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how you categorize weeks. And the idea with the game is you are a robot droid underground interacting with technology that you don't entirely understand. However, you are responsible for maintaining this network of computers down here.
Oh, no, man.
Thank you, Platinum Venus. That's $20 from Platinum Venus. It's Happy Friday. Thank you very much. So we have to dig around and figure out where the other computers are and activate everything and reconnect everything. Last week we didn't really do a lot in the way of new things. Instead, we mostly spent a lot of time optimizing a lot of the network that we have already made. So with any luck, we shouldn't really need to touch a lot of the things we've already made. Which means we can start thinking about going to new places. So we have, that's our starter area up there, all done and connected. This is our next area down here. There's another area even farther away. But I think before I get to that one, I want to hit up this one. Is Monster Rancher technically a Tamagotchi? Yes. So I do not know how up or down these are, but I know we can take the main train line over there. So away we go. This is the main network room for this, effectively this entire sector. We are currently making more money than I know what to do with. And we will see if we find, as we connect up the remaining 2 areas, if we find something worth connecting to. Worth spending our money on. Choo-choo. So as a heads up, there is a pretty decent storm kind of rolling through the area. So if I have to kind of hightail it out of here at any point, then that is probably why. Alright, we're kind of in the middle of this area. Okay, so there's something here, but we do not know if it is up or down. Okay, tester, drill, left click to scan. It actually looks like it's on the same level as me. Whoop! Oh, I also got a jetpack last time because I've bought like every upgrade that you can buy. Why can I not build? Oh, hello. Hello? Well, we have a fancy little path here at least. So that's something, even though I can't build for some reason. Can I build over here? The beach. Oh, hey, buddy. Going to scare the fish. Are you really fishing? This pond looks like an actual pool. Of course I am. Have you never heard of magnet fishing? No. What is it? It consists of searching in underground waters for ferromagnetic objects available to pull with a strong magnet. What do you expect to catch with that? Who knows? Treasures, perhaps? Did you manage to catch anything so far? I'm trying to find a place where, like, the text is readable. Nothing interesting so far. Mostly scrap and screws. I do sell them at a good price, by the way. I'm interested. How much do you sell them? Sure, I'd be happy to get rid of this junk. Which one do you want? Okay, so that's that. There's also other little quests and whatnot going on. That we are yet to exactly figure out. Okay, so what do we have here? So this is one of the outside rooms. So we need to find the inside room. And for that, since things are going to start potentially getting spooky again, I'm going to set monsters back to hostile until we get this area settled. So we need to find the hub. Where did I come in? Over here. That's the military base. Yep, military base. So that also means that this is where there's going to be a new entity somewhere. You shouldn't be here. These robots don't seem to be functioning properly. I mean, yeah, we saw the one earlier, and it was clearly, heckin' up. Anything new I can buy? Ooh. Yeah, search your mic. So we've been finding these as we go. And it seems to be a list of probably humans that came through here in the past and actually set up a lot of this. And some of the two entities that we saw in the previous area were potentially some of the people that were here originally. Yep, them's be bones. The end. Oh, that's all the manual pieces. We actually have the entire manual now. That was literally the last one, was just the end. Oh, that's encouraging. Here I was thinking the entity was going to be machines, but is it? So this is a horror game. Kind of. You can turn off the horror if you want to. What I've been doing is I'm going to turn it on, effectively. Just for... I think I've found the horror. Yeah, Voices of the Void. I also think Dishwashing Simulator, if anybody remembers that. So what if I just, like, heckin' die? Oh, yep, that's an entity. That sure is. Well, that's me. I awake. So where am I? Okay, we are up here. Oh, that was the mainframe, though. I mean, yeah, admittedly, I have no idea how we were expected to get out of that room. Like, I can sprint? I don't know if they wanted me to, like, sprint back into the room and, like, loop it around or what. Maybe I could have, like, jumped out the window? No, that is not the way I want to go. Yeah, I think this is the way I want to go. Yeah, because that takes us back in here. Alright, so we went around that way. There's another door over here. And nothing really over here other than a bathroom. So that's effectively it. So there was I wonder if you were supposed to live through that. Because it said, like, don't go anywhere without the blue light. I don't remember ever finding a blue light. But I do have a light here, so we'll see if this is considered blue. It looks like there's only the one entity. Oh, hi. How you doing? So do you kill me? It left. Hey. Hey. Yeah. It runs from this light. That's how you were expected to get out of that room. It me. Okay, so we need to connect to this mainframe now. So how exactly do I want to do this? Like, this seems to be the entire immediate area. So what do we have? The mainframe, that is 0.1, military base, 0.103, 12, 13, 13, 13, 13, 11. 11, 11, 11, 10, 10, 10, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. That's part of 1, 2 with that. 1, 0, and then the mainframe is also part of 1, 0. So I'm thinking probably this room right here is going to be where we want to set up our hub. I don't know where Spooderman is. I found Spooderman. No, don't run that way. That's where I gotta go. Dang it. Run the other way. Hi, I'm right here. Run the other way. Thank you. Okay, so I need to go out here. Get out of here. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. What the heck was that? So I need to go to my left and dig around. I just want to know what that eyeball was. I was thinking maybe that eyeball was like a way for it to see you and know where you are. Because I'm pretty sure there's only the one entity. Yeah, I have no idea. And I can't reliably get it to trigger again. And I also don't want to go wandering around without this light. Just in case I can trigger it some other way. I know I had set the light down, and I was looking at the map. Yeah, I do not know. Well, at this point, I think we've figured this one out. I don't know if I actually die if I walk into them or not. At this point, we've more or less figured this one out, so it's just going to be a matter of, like, keeping the light on us always, so I'm good changing this back to... Whoa there! Why can I never... It just refuses to be made in this one spot. Like, it's not an issue of money. I have money. It's the nightclub. So there are more manual pages than exist. And if you get any, like, the extra manual pages, you just get money. Um... Investors. The strongest of static noise. I got some mainframing to do here before I do that. Okay, so we are down here. I would actually like to stick my head into that quadrant so we can see what it is. Last one was the villa. The last one was this one over here, which was the monastery. Could the drill be used as a weapon? No, unfortunately. There are very few things in this game that are actually, like, a serious threat to you, and they're all just insta-death if they catch you. Like, just don't get caught. Easy. Hey, you back there? I think that's just the regular paranoia. Oh, and we've made it to some kind of power bank room. Server room. I think this is another game that I almost wonder if... Is the game too quiet? Or is it just not... Is the game not making sound, or do I have it turned down? Okay, so we have at least explored that whole area. Let's go ahead and keep going so we at least have a full loop. We're almost done. And this game, I feel like, if is quiet on purpose. Oh. Alright, we got the whole... I saw the eyeball again. You know, I think something is watching me. Okay, so we were going to make the hub room down here. There's no easy way to, like, get to there. This is a poorly laid out area. Maybe if I make the hub room, like, over here? No, there's just no easy way. I feel like it's considering these areas as being part of this room, which is why it does not want to be dug up. Okay, so it's not here, but we are getting close. So here. I got the wiggles again. That may have just been the spider. That's mostly cleared out. Okay, so we got a room. We gotta make our server hub. Aw, man! This area's fine. Man, that means this area got DDoSed. Well, I ain't got time for that right now. Okay, so the way the Wi-Fi routers work is that they will always connect to whatever is closest. So what I'm going to want to do is spread these out in such a way, and this is going to be real fun, where the one farthest away, which will probably be this one, would connect to probably this one. This one would connect to probably this one. This one would connect to this one. And then this one, instead of going out Wi-Fi, has to go out by hardwire all the way back to the farthest one. Or at least to a Wi-Fi router that's closer. So I'm just gonna plop a Wi-Fi router down here, and we're gonna see what happens. Like, who it connects to, what's going on. Then we need a filter before going to it. Then we need a hub. And we're gonna need hubs for this, which is outgoing. And then that is 3, 2, 0, 1. So that is 3, 2, 0, 1. Hey! I saw that eyeball. Something is definitely out here watching us at this point. I can't line these up evenly. Okay, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. So they're fine enough. You're getting data from somewhere. I think that means we're getting data from both places. All data is coming to this router. Oh, that's going to be trouble to deal with. Okay, then we're going to need... And now none of those are connected correctly. Here, just disconnect everything. Okay, so that's connected there. You go here. You go here. You go here. And then we're back over here. Okay, now then order-wise, this goes 1, 2, 0. That's good. This one goes 0... 0, 2, 1. This one goes 0, 2, 1. This one goes 0, 2, 1. This one goes 0, 2, 1. And then we're back here where we go 1, 2, 0. Okay. This is our hub room now set up. I will explain in slightly more detail once we get going with this. What it is that I just did. But this is kind of what we figured out last week. So one of these is going to go to... That one can go up. This one can go maybe over here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 0, 0, 0. This is also a 1. So we have these 4 1s over here. That can probably be this right one. The top one can go up here to 0. That bottom one is out. The lower left one can go over here to 3. And then the straight left one is going to be going up here. To the 2s. So that'll go that way. That'll just have to go around the long way that way. Okay. So I think our next goal, then, is to actually just get to these places. This is 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. So let's get the 1s done first. Hey. That is that way. Let's go up here. Well, how do I want to do this? I'm going to be running one wire up that way. So I probably just want to go straight out. Go find us a room. Yeah, if I go far enough, I'll get there. Hello. How are you? What are you doing in my fields? Just connecting to the network, sir. I won't stay long. I don't understand much about it, but it better increase my cells. I believe connecting your computer to a global network can only help you broaden your visibility. Alright, there's our end point. Now there is something this way. I mean, not something that I can go in, apparently, but there is something there. The chamber. Oh, this is our puzzle room. Okay, so we got our puzzle room here. So there's one more we have to get to down here, and then we got to go all the way down to this one. Wood. Another home? The cabin. Just watching the campfire, ma'am? Yeah, because you're all underground. How's your day going so far, ma'am? Pretty good. I am busy crafting toys, but my knuckles are getting rusty. A little bit of oil would definitely help. It is your lucky day. I just found this bottle of oil. Thank you so much. Here, take one of my teddy bears. Thanks. Oh boy, this teddy bear looks unsettling. I have a teddy bear now. Who's looking at me? That is not the first lady that I have run into, but I have a teddy bear now. And that teddy bear... Oh yeah, you can see it in the upper left-hand corner. It is a little unsettling. Okay, so we gotta get to this one. Yeah, we have spoken to a lady before. I don't think it was her specifically. It may just be that you can get multiple teddy bears. This is close enough, I think. I do kind of enjoy the bubbles that come up whenever I make ground. I don't entirely understand why there are bubbles. Hey, kid! Grab that. I found you. Sure. Take the red cable. I don't need it anyway. Now we can color our cables red. We're still missing colors. Oh, kid's gone. How did that kid get here? Does he have the capacity to travel through dirt in a way that I do not? I will stay in the tunnels for as long as I please. I got networking to do. Right now our networks are kind of fried. I think it's going to be a straighter path if I go through this way. It's just a harder rock. I saw that eyeball! They really want me to hurry up and get to that last endpoint. Or that last mainframe. But that's okay. Eyeball is friendly. Okay, so we can come out here. We are taking off this one, yes. So, boop. So we need... Okay, so you go to there, which goes to here, so we have another port that's not connected, so that's going to be here. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna fill in this hole a little. So I have a little more room to maneuver here. Oh, I mean, I didn't want to put that there, but cool. There you go. You are part of the network now. Okay, and then we want a filter over here. Because we don't want any data going through this hot mess that doesn't need to. I still need to configure all of these. Okay, and then we need another U. Yeah, I'm watching you. Get out of here. Sorry, ma'am. I'm just going to kind of run this through the middle of the room. Okay, and then we need one last one going down here. Let's go ahead and put you there. And then one over here. Okay, we're almost there. There's the computer, so I guess I can just go in over here. Oh, and you actually connected all the way over, so we're good. You are connected to the endpoint. So that should be this whole network now is attached. So let's go make sure we are actually setting everything up correctly. Because it's attached, but it is not even remotely cycling the correct way. Okay, so this one I want to go 1, 0, 2. So it'll go that way, and then it'll get that way and bounce back, and then go that way. There's a robot behind the plant next to the granny. Hey, you! I found you! Fine. You may take the green cable. Here's a hint for my next hiding spot. You didn't give me a hint last time. I'm just lucky you were here. Vending machine. Vending machine it is. Wow. Kid's good. Okay, they are going this way. It's hard to tell, but they are. And then here we want to go 0, 1, 2. So they'll come in this way and cycle to this and then bounce back and go down. And then this is connected over here. We want to filter this one. To, okay, this is 1, 1, 1, 0. So this one is 1, 1, 1, 0. No, this one is 1, 1. So 1, 1, 1, 0. So it's the first digit is a 1. So only send data here if the first digit is 1. No, packets on port 1. Send back packets received on port 1, which are not addressed to 1. Okay, cool. Then we have this one, which we want to go 0, 1, 2. So they're going to come in and go this way first. And then when they're coming back, they will go 1 to 2 that way. And then I shouldn't need any fancy, that'll just be that. Okay, so we should be set up over here. Now we have to set up this one. So these are... So the third digit is a 1. And that is received on port 0. So now that's anything that's coming this way. Received on port 0 is not addressed to 1. So now data that comes in is only going to go this way if it's directed at one of these 4 computers. Cool. Okay, now next up. So this is 2, 0, 0, 2. Really? 2? So you're 2. Oh, this 2 is a butt. So 0, 0, 0, 0. So we have 2 of these, so I should probably go up and connect to these 2, so we can take care of 0. And that's this top one here. This is going to be kind of a pain in the butt network. So I'm just going to drill right through here. Easy. And we're going to want, because this is 0 and that is 0. So we are going to want to split one off here. How do I want to do this? Over here, maybe? There we go. Yep, so that one connects to that one. This one goes this way, and we can connect this one to these over here. And wow, you connected all the way over. Okay. So that one's connected. I think before I do that, though, we want another one here. So that'll bounce back this way, and then this one needs to connect to the main computer. I do not actually want to go through there. Thinking, ooh, can I take a shortcut through this gap? No, actually, I do not want to go through that gap. Don't mind me just connecting your networks. I wonder if I can go through that glass up there. Or up here, if that even is glass. Gonna make my job a lot easier if I can. Okay, so that's you. We can fly? No. Jump good. We bought a jetpack last time. Cool, it connected. Heck yeah. Thank you for your service. Yeah, there was a tape recorder over here. I read it when we first came in here. I don't know if I paid a lot of attention to what it said. The endpoint enabling crew successfully booted up the mainframe to the military base. Sergeant Mike volunteered to guard the bunker while the network is being built. God bless you, Sergeant Mike. We wish you the best in luck in this endeavor. Sergeant Mike, that's probably Spider-Man. You will soon get rid of this cold too. You kept coughing on the way. Yup. There's an infirmary downstairs if you need. I will be alright. This thing we found the other day triggered my spring allergies. I'm used to it. You guys should move on now. Yep. Turn him into Spooderman. This thing we found the other day. Yep, that's, turned him into Spooderman. Anna and John were the thing haunting the monastery. Yeah, pretty sure. So the spider was once a human. Sure was. Okay, so this one is going... How do I want this one to rotate? So we're coming from down here. So this goes up and around to here. So we're coming in on 1. So I actually want this to go 102. Whoops. We're fine. So 102. No, I want it to go 0, 1, 2. Yeah. 0, 1, 2. And then 2 will go off to the mainframe and then bounce back. Oh, you're not connected anymore. What are you not connected to? This one? You're connected to 2. What are you connected to? Oh my goodness, really? You connected all the way back there? I feel like the mainframes are the ones that are sending out a lot of data, though. So I probably want to prioritize how they're moving. So I probably want to go 210 on this one. And then that comes back here where we have one that is not connected, but the one that is not connected is going up, not back down. So I probably want to do that too. So we're going up that way. So this one is going to prioritize 120, yeah. So So we're coming from the mainframe, we're heading up to the other two, and then we're going back down to 0, which is going to the hub room that we built. Eyeball. Alright, so I gotta go find these rooms. I am destroying a natural spring. That's fine. I cannot destroy this natural spring. Can I, like, make you go in another direction? And then block it up? Okay, what if I just do this? Now we have natural spring doing whatever natural spring do. Someone is following you. That's the best part. Hey, buddy. It smells like popcorn. Don't mind it. The popcorn smell comes from my homemade oil. Oil making is a hobby of mine when I'm not studying. I can make you some if you bring me some corn. Cool, corn. Gotta figure out where to get corn. Okay, so we got this location here. Maybe it would be better if I went around this way. I don't think it really matters. Everywhere is the hard way. Yeah, you know, I could probably go buy corn from the guy with the farm. Oh, is it another school? Where is the entrance to the school? Let me in. Oh, it's over here. It's locked. It's locked. It said don't. Just going into the rope and like we got robots walking around, walk into a bathroom, see this on the wall. My first thought was lewd. Okay, so now let's go ahead and connect these. Attach them to our network. Tunnet. Okay, so we're over here. We're making our way downtown. And you are now connected, good sir. Oh wait, no. We need to go back up here. So we need a... Okay, so it's over here. Can you reach that? Yes. Okay, we got data going out. Now we need to send data from you to the school. Oh, hey. Parents said I shouldn't talk to strangers. Cables are... This is just a secondary... He doesn't even have the cables spawned. I'm not gonna heck with that kid. And he's gone! Wait, what was that purple one? Student exchange program. Oh, these kids are weird. I think we're getting some Schrodinger's children. Okay, so we hit this, and I think I set that up right. So now we're coming up here to this, where we want to go 0, 1, 2. Yeah, and then here, this one is 201? Yeah. So it'll hit that and just pass through and go that way. And that goes all the way back to our hub room, where we now have a filter here. This is for... the third number is 0. So... sends back packets received on port 0, which are not addressed to location 0. So that'll send everything back in here. So now we've got the mainframe hooked up and everything, and this section over here hooked up. So we have 2 more of these to go through. This is 3, 3, 3, 3. This is 2, and then also 2, 2, 2. Yeah, so we have our 4 2s up there, and we have our 4 3s down here. Can never make it too easy on you. Okay, so right now things still aren't working quite correctly. Specifically because our Wi-Fi isn't working. And it doesn't help any that everything up here has been DDoSed. So let's start up working down here. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Because I want this wire to go and, like, follow this road up that way. Or path up that way. So that means I want this other one going a different way, just for clarity's sake. Nah, it'll be fine, I'm sure. Yep, we got something here. The shelter. Oh, cool, I can actually go in this one. The other one was, like, police lined off. That's a nice looking bed. Okay, so our entrance is on top. So we want to find the entrance to this metal room on my right. The supermarket! Hey, yo! Ain't got nothing! Cave. It do be minin'. Another cave! Where the heck is the entrance to this cave? Okay, I kind of came in the back end of this one. I'm pretty sure you can mine into this area wherever you want. So that'll work. Okay, so we have our 4 sections lined up for this one. So let's go get it connected. This is you. I kind of hate having to do this to round a corner. You do what you gotta do, though. Okay, so right here we need... And we are connected. And that was connecting to you. Hey, can you stop, like, looking at me? I'm trying to get work done. I got a job to do here. Will that one connect? It sure will. Okay, supermarket. So we need to make a pit stop here. There we go. So you are now connected, part of the system. And then the last element to need to be part of the system is you. And connected. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure we are rotating in the correct direction. So you are our first hub, so we're sending you over that way first. So we want to go 0, 1, 2. And that gets us here where we want to go. Zero, 1, 2. Did I not even connect it to that cave? I didn't even connect it to this cave. Kind of felt like I did something a little too fast. Here we go, connected. Okay, so you are going 0, 1, 2. You are going 1, 2, 0. And then the last one is just there, and then it repeats. All right. Okay, that is the third section finished up. Oh, and I should probably fix you here then. So this is third number is 3. Yes. So send packets back received on port 0, which are not addressed to star 3 star. So if it is addressed to star 3 star, then it'll send it through and start on its journey. Okay, now we just have U, which doesn't really go anywhere. That's because someone is. That's the best part. Can I get you around a corner? I can. Okay. Okay, so we've made it here. And then we have 3 more places to go after this. Let's get around the corner. Where is the server in here? There it is. Okay, so you connect there, you connect there, you connect there. And then we also just keep going. Now I think I'm going to want to make my way up to the train line. There's our train line. Alright, so we'll get out here. Then we need to get to these three, which is not going to be an easy task. Okay, so we go from you. Will you connect there? You will. Do I want to, though? Because what I need here is... I'm just going to clear out a little space here. Where did I put that one? I destroyed it. Which is fine, because I was going to anyway. Get out of the way. It's another outpost, another place to get rid of irises. Okay, so we had our splitter down there, so this one can actually just go wherever. Yay, and it's connected over there. What the heck? Whatever, you work now. Hey there, some guy. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you to move. So this one now... can connect up top. And let's just run it right down connected to that other guy. Oh wow, actually reached all the way in there. Okay, so we got to the beach. Now I need to keep going though, because we also need to hit this one. So I want a server. Or a hub. And then we dig. workshop. So where's the entrance? I feel like it would have to be on the top or something. Yep, there we are. Hey, buddy. How goes it? Cool. We can get a speaker if we want. Where do you find the option to disable fast boot or quick boot on Windows 7? I do not remember. I'd have to poke around for a bit. So this is the last one, so I don't have to do anything fancy. That did connect, right? Yes. I know those settings can be a butt to find, too. Okay, you are connected, even though you don't look like it. Wait, what do you mean you're not connected? I do not know what making a speaker would accomplish. I haven't really tampered with any of that stuff yet. Okay, so this one we want to go 0, 1, 2. And we'll want to go make sure that the one out here is also good. So this one we want to go 0, 1, 2. That's true. If it's Windows 7, it may not have even been in there yet. I wonder if the problem is just that Windows 7 is too old at this point. Making money. Okay, so I think this whole area is set up now. I'd rather not have to run all the way back there. Gotta fix our DDoS problem up here. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm facing the wrong way. I think I'm gonna carve a new path. Yeah, I could not say for sure. Some guy. I am not yet. Ah! Did I get turned around? No, I was just confused. I thought I had walked forward like off a cliff. Okay, I think I'm finally on the upper floor. Alright, we're at least moving in a straight line now. Am I not high enough still? No, I am in fact too high. I am still too high. Alright, finally, back at civilization. This may seem like kind of a waste of time, but I feel like if I'm going to be on this path a lot, I want it to be nice. So I'm going to carve it at an appropriate height. Now that I know what my end point is going to be. Okay, I think this is my actual downwards tunnel. Which takes us down here. Here we go. Okay, we should probably go back now and clear up our DDoS. I want some lights. There we go. Is it not working because they're... What the heck? I'm putting them too close together. So they're like connecting to themselves. Nope. I just want lights in my tunnel. Oops. And then the way in from here is going forward this way. Oh, I don't like that. Not if this is going to be my, like, way through. Let's open that up a little bit. Close that up a little bit. And then that reconnects you, so you're good. Heck yeah. Convoluted, but it got me a light where I wanted one. And then this one is not connected. We did it! We have a lit tunnel-ish. Okay, now let's go fix our DDoS. Okay, DDoS is fixed. Now we just have, like, no network activity, really. Because, you know, DDoS. Otherwise, we are taken care of down here. So the issue now is just making sure that... I need to go... We need to make sure our Wi-Fi is working correctly. So for that, I need... Choo-choo! So we need to get back to the monastery, and I need to figure out the name of the Wi-Fi over here. Why are so many packets breaking on you? I think there's just too much activity and we've got stuff colliding. Which hopefully we can fix once we get this resolved. So this is India 992. Choo-choo! Okay, so where's my Wi-Fi over here? It's a you. You are Sierra 752. Need corn oil. 1 bottle of corn oil, please. Okay, so now we need to get back up top. Has it already been DDoSed again? Okay, if it has, we got problems up there. But let's try to get our Wi-Fi figured out. And then we can... Then once we know where things are actually going... Yeah, once everything is moving where it's supposed to be moving, it'll be a lot easier to tell where something came from if there is a bad packet anywhere. Okay, so we need to get to the hub. And this is Juliet 703. So what does no signal mean? It doesn't know where to send things. But that also, yeah, it doesn't know where, it can only send things to places that it's received from. We're already getting DDoSed again. Where are these packets coming from? Wait, what? I saw a red packet. I see. Port 2. So they're coming. So they've got to be coming from out here. Port 0. 2. They're just running around everywhere from out here. I can't really tell where. It looks like by and large they're coming that way, though. So let's watch them from here. Yeah, so port 2 is the through. So yeah, they're coming from this way. still, like, all coming from this way. You. Like, it's this dude! How do I stop him? No, that's just costing me money. Well, he's not connected anymore. Okay, so what do we want? What do we want this filter to do? Nothing. I don't want it connected to that at all, is what I want. Port 0. Send back port 0. That just kills him, though. There we go. Alright, now I just have to resolve this issue. Well, with our emergency bounce back, we should now be able to fix the DDoS otherwise. And then we have to figure out how to handle that thing. Kind of surprised I can reach that from here. Okay, everything is resolved. This guy is still being problems. Okay, so where is military outpost? So I want to connect this guy to that military outpost because that's what gets rid of bugs. Isn't there also one over here? Yeah. Alright, there's the military outpost. Alright, buddy. Send your packets this way. Okay, we did connect successfully. So how do I connect you to you? So this I want going 0 to 2, which it is. Then that connects to you, which connects... It's too far. So all bad packets should be coming in from this way. They will go 0 to 2, where they get cleansed. And then when it's done, they go 2 to 1. So we should never see anything red on 1. Nope, we're still getting him. We're still getting him. For a second, I was thinking, like, wow, did he give up? Let's see, the only problem now is that the ones that are coming in this way... Yeah, the only problem now is that the stuff that comes in from 1 goes to 0. So that's good stuff being sent over to the... Well, we are getting good stuff back from 0. So I'm guessing that's stuff that's bouncing off of his computer. Be kind of nice if there was a military outpost up here. I mean, and I think somebody asked if that guy was always there, and he was not. Camp. Was there a camp out here? I think what happened, though, is that guy himself was corrupted by a virus. Because originally this was a good endpoint. There was a guy, like, sitting right here that you'd talk to, and he'd be like, yeah, we're trying to recruit kids. So as long as he's there, I don't think that's a usable endpoint anymore. So I'm just going to cut that entirely out. Which means I can also get rid of you, and you're just there, not connected to anything. And he's sending his stuff straight into the security room. Which I'm glad there was one nearby. I was worried about having to do shenanigans to get to that. Alright, with that crisis averted, let's get back to what we were doing. I can't check the vending machine while we're here. I don't know. I don't know if it'll have a better antivirus. There may not be one. Nope, nothing new. Alright, so we are at least looking okay at this point. So, does that mean that these two are just bouncing back and forth between each other? And this one isn't connected to any systems? These signals, I think, mean who it's receiving from, and it's not receiving from anyone. This is kind of interesting, because if you do just want to, like, blitz through this game, it's not hard. You don't have to do any of this networking stuff that I'm doing. But then, like, it bothers me that this isn't a well-oiled machine. And this one is getting signals from India and Juliet. And then I'm willing to bet if I go over here, this one will say it's only getting signals from Sierra. So what we need now, this is currently our farthest point. Ooh, how do I want to handle this? Like, I think what I want is this router to be closer to this one. So these two will, like, bounce back and forth between each other. And then this is one way. It'll, like, send it to here and then nowhere else. So I wonder how it calculates distance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Which means it does calculate diagonal distance. Okay, so my plans include A, figuring out where I am. Okay, we're there. It's a tall room. And we's going up. Now, I didn't destroy anything valuable when I did that, did I? Does not look like it. So I want this router to be able to connect to Juliet. Well, no, I want this one to be able to connect to both. Okay, so this one is still receiving both. So now let's go back up to this one. And now you are only receiving from India. Wait, aren't you India? No, you're India 952. This one is India 992. So when I placed this one back down, it must have been renamed to India 952. At which point this would be working correctly. I should have checked that one's name. Okay, well, let's go back again. Man, networking is hard. On paper, you know exactly what you need to do. In practice, it's always way more complicated. So this is India 952. So I think this is now working correctly. Are there ways to rename these? I don't know. Does not look like it. I mean, long as I know what they're called, kind of whatever. So they should now be working correctly. So this one, I'm going to want to go revisit this one. Because I don't think this one needs a filter. This is the farthest one out. Like, this one is just send it all. And then this one, I think, needs an inlet or bounce back. Yeah. So if you have something going out, that's fine. So these are all 0.1. So send back packets received on port 0, so that's incoming, which are not addressed to 0.1. So if the packets we get in aren't designed for this location, get rid of them. Like, send them back so they can go to the next place they need to go. I actually think I want a second one as well. How do I want to do this? Okay, so this one is going to be port 0. If it is 1, send back. So send back packets received on port 0 which are not addressed to point 1. Which are addressed to point 1. So if it's going here, it won't let it leave. And then this is the incoming one. That says if a packet comes in on port 1, which doesn't go here, send it back. Cool. So this place should now be set up. It does whatever it needs to do. This one will just send out everything. So I'm going to want to go up there and disable that. Choo-choo! We can keep going to the next one. I should stay quiet. I will be as loud as I please. Okay, so where is our... There it is. So for the time being... Filter's just disconnected now. And you have no signal, so you're just sending everything out. So everything that you get... Wait, no, I do actually want a filter here. But what I want is... Send back packets received on port 0. 2. So send back packets received on port 0, which are addressed to point 2, which is this location. So anything that hits here that stays here now. And then this will send it off to here, which will let it in if it goes here, and if it doesn't, it'll bounce it to here. Alright, we're good. Now we go back to Juliet. No, maybe this was the guy who's like, man, we want to recruit people. I thought I clicked around here and I didn't see a camp. Also, I'm going the wrong way. So I don't know who that hacker was. Alright, we're back. Let's take a look at you and what's going on with you. So you will get stuff that this one sends out. Which means some stuff is for here and some stuff is for here. So I think one important one. This is a 0. Okay, send back packets received on port 0 that are addressed to 0. So anything that actually goes here stays here now. And then I want a second one. That is... Send back packets received on port 1 which are not addressed to 0. So it'll go from here to here, and then it'll send them out. Now, where this one will send them back to is here, but I don't actually want that. What I need is them to go to yet another location. So I think what I'm gonna do... I want to make sure that I want to make another Wi-Fi point. So this gets a signal from Juliet. Hopefully this doesn't mess up everything else. You are Echo 418. And then we get to go on another whole adventure. I'm going to reuse this path that I made before. Now remember when we had so much money we couldn't even dig this whole tunnel? Or so little money we couldn't even dig this whole tunnel? Like, ran out of money to power our drill. Doesn't help any that our little locator that tells us where the other mainframes are, the first one it pointed us to was the farthest one away. And I think some of us having a lot of money now comes from the fact that we have been taking the time to actually connect everything and make reasonable areas. Actually optimize our sections. But then also an amount of it is literally the amount of time that we've spent doing this. Because the whole time we're hacking around trying to make this thing better, we are making more and more and more money. So how do I want to get in here exactly? Whoa. Okay, that did connect. Good. No, not way out there. I mean, I guess I could just go through the inside of here. Not like I'm using this for anything. Yeah, I saw you. Get out of here. Bouncing around. Okay, now we have one last relay that we need to connect in here somehow. See if Hacker Dude's moved. I haven't checked in a minute. I'll check up on him once we're done with this. Okay, so how am I going to connect this to this mess? The only thing I can think is putting down another hub. Now, all data here should be going clockwise. So if I set this to go... Oh, I hate to have to do this. Okay, I think that's still correct. Only now it's also going here. So if I set this to go 0 to 1, then it just completely bypasses this as an export location. But then if I connect to this, it's going to be on port 2. which means if I send it in, it's going to go to the right, which I don't want. I want it to keep going clockwise. So the only thing then that I can think is putting you here, which connects them now. And this will... send back packets received on port 0. Which are not addressed to 3, which shouldn't be anything. I think the only time that first digit is used... Okay, send back packets received on port 0, which are not addressed to 3. So that should just be everything. Bounce them all back. So do that. They should send them in, and then bounce them back, and they'll go that way. And then anything coming in on port 1 should just go out. Now, I've also noticed that I'm not getting any data on any of these. So at some point, these lost connection. That could be a problem. There we go, we gotcha. I'm not actually confident that was a problem. It looked like somehow it actually kind of made it work. But it is better now. Not connected. Here we go. Oh, we're seeing messages go through. So it's working now. So our dumb system is working now. So this one shouldn't receive from anybody. This one should only receive from this one. This one should only receive from this one. And then once it's made its rounds here, it should send it to this one, which should only receive from this one. And then this one hard wires all the way back down to this one. But that should theoretically be the whole mess. Alright, so it's getting a bit late for me to want to get involved in this. However, two things still need done. A, we need to check up on Hacker Dude. See if he's still Hacker Duding it up. We've not gotten any more DDoSs. So everything is up and running. I can only hope that this is running at least kind of efficiently and kind of correctly. It's gotten a little too big and complicated for me to absolutely make sure that everything is working right and not doing anything dumb. Like, in theory, it all works. I wonder if this is where I could use, like, the packet tester or something. I wonder how that works. So this should be the disconnected wire because of HackerMan. Yeah, HackerMan's still at it. Yep, still sending out. Hacked. I wish there was a way to resolve that. I find it funny though, hacked. And by hacked we mean there's just a guy standing at the console. Is he hostile? No, he just kind of sits there and sends off hacked data. Alright, so the last thing for us is sub-network chamber. We never actually completed this puzzle. We found it, and I connected to the outside, and I wished it the best of luck. fully destructible... As a programmer, fully destructible environments are fascinating to me. Like, this is such an unbelievable amount of data to save. Like, how do they do it? Okay. Drops packets received on port 0. So, don't send anything to port 0. I can't draw lines. Hi. Hi, Alfred. Yeah, I can't draw lines between these. Oh, I can do that. Yeah, so I can't draw a line there. I just have to put down my own relays, I guess. So drops packets... Okay, so we do not want to send them to that one. Drops packets received on port 0 which are addressed. So that's just everybody. Drops packets received on port 0 which are addressed. That's everybody. Hey, can I just, like... Like, if I'm allowed to build in here... If I'm allowed to build in here, I just don't even have to do the puzzle. I wonder if that is the puzzle, to just bypass these. Because every one of these filters just drops everything. Like, they're all one-way filters. I suppose if I wanted to use it... Yeah, you better run. The cook at the research lab knows where to get a battery. Okay. Lan Wan. Wan. Yeah, I feel like if I really wanted to use these, what I would end up having to do is kind of faking the filters out. So that I was connecting, like... So port 0 is connected, but port 0 is our outgoing. So drops packets received on port 0, but we shouldn't be receiving any on port 0. They'll come in through port 1. Actually, I think instead of you, I want to use you. That way, incoming will go 0 to 1. And then you will go here, which goes to here. Now, you are receiving on port 0. Which I do not want. Yeah, so that's port 1, that's port 0. So what I want is this to be flipped. So that is now port 0. That is now port 1. So we are now outputting on 0, inputting on 1. Now we are inputting on 1. Then we put another server over here, or hub. I saw you. I saw your shadow, jerk. So this is now received on port 1. So we're receiving on port 1, we are receiving on port 1, we are receiving on port 1, and then that takes us back to the other hub. So this one is going 0, 1. So it'll go around that way, and then 2, 0, yes. And then this one is going 0 to 1. 1 to 2. And then it'll go out that way. We did it! So I still don't think this is how you were supposed to do this. I think we're supposed to be able to tie wires direct. I don't think we're supposed to be able to build in here. And I think we're supposed to be able to tie wires between the filters. But then without a hub, I don't know how I would do this. Who knows? Anyway. Okay, so all should be well. All should be well. We've got Hackerman taken care of. We've got everything else wired up. Everything is good. We finished up this area. There is one area left for us. And it's a doozy. Cave, supermarket, shelter, the villa. So there's our entrance, there's our mainframe. So we're effectively coming all the way down here and then going straight up. Seeing what kind of horrible events we can get ourselves wrapped up in. So I don't entirely know what's going on here. There are some, I guess, oddities, little side quests and whatnot that we've been working on. I may, between this week and next week, look into that and see if I can't figure out what, the goal is. Otherwise, crossing my fingers, we're going to be able to wrap this up next week. I was kind of hoping to be able to wrap up this week, but networking is a pain, as it turns out. Is that a red? That is a red one. Maybe it's not. Okay, well, our business here is done. I am going to get some sleep. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. All you get some rest, too.